Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in Birmingham within 1 hour. I didn't cover this story initially much when it first happened. It was a complicated case and I waited for the trial to be done till I felt comfortable to speak about it. I firstly want to pay my respects to Ozell Pemberton's family and his cousin as well, who spoke out about the effects that it had on her later on. This murder happened in May last year and it was in Sutton Coldfield town centre. And I know I give the paper some stick, but West Midlands Police, I'll be referencing their website and also the Birmingham Mail's coverage as well. I've got 2 articles that I'll be reacting to in this video. 2 people were charged and found guilty of the murder of Ozell Pemberton in Sutton Coldfield. Oscar Ingram, 21, and Mohammed Hussain, 17, were found guilty of the murder of 16-year-old Ozell when he was fatally stabbed. Ingram was jailed for life to serve a minimum of 24 years, while Hussain will serve a minimum of 16 years. Friends of Ozell watched in horror as he was confronted by Ingram and Hussain, who were armed with knives. The pair attacked Ozell, during which Hussain lunged forward and stabbed him in the chest. Ozell tried to run for help, but the pair continued to pursue him, and as he ran down steps towards the bus stop, the pair fled. Ozell collapsed in front of members of the public who battled to save the teenager, but sadly he died of his injuries at the scene. The court was shown CCTV of the moment that Ingram and Hussain arrived at Sutton Coldfield train station minutes before the attack. It was a warm and sunny day, yet the pair were wearing layers of clothing and had their hoods up in order to conceal themselves and their weapons. They travelled to Sutton Coldfield intent on getting revenge for an incident that had taken place in Pipe's Park earlier that day. Following Ozell's murder, Hussain appeared to admit that he had killed Ozell to various people, and in the days that followed, the defendants were arrested on suspicion of murder. Their clothes were examined and traces of Ozell's blood were found on the waistband of Hussain's trousers. A jury at Birmingham Crown Court took only 6 hours to find both Ingram and Hussain guilty of murder. In a statement, Ozell's family said, "Our lives have never been the same and will never be the same. We've been robbed of the best part of our family." The detective involved in the case said this was a cowardly and shocking attack on Ozell, who had his whole life ahead of him, and I cannot stress enough the dangers and implications of this. And that was the initial one. So it was basically a dispute that happened in Pipe's Park. None of these guys was from Sutton Coldfield. Sutton Coldfield is actually quite a posh area in Birmingham. It's on the very outskirts. It's the poshest area in Birmingham. And to be honest, mainly guys go there to just meet girls from the area. So I'm not sure if this story involved any girls. Oscar and Mohammed were from Lascelles and Erdington. So it's quite a distance away from Sutton Coldfield that they're actually from. And then this story, it's got a few layers. So the second part of the story is that after they was convicted, jailed, the footage was released. One of his killers, Amir Hussain, took to Instagram and posted from prison a picture of himself with the caption of "I took a man's shadow and now I'm doing life on the wing, hashtag soon home." And this is in reference to what anyone says in prison. Anyone, no matter what your sentence is, if it's life, if it's 10 years, it's always, you always say you're soon home. It's sort of a coping mechanism for people in prison to be able to just deal with the fact that you're spending a lot of your life behind bars. This was a sign of just total disrespect and no remorse as well. What actually happened was Birmingham Mail reported this to the actual prison and he got punished in some way. I'm not sure, maybe put on basics or something like that. I'm not sure what the average punishment is for posting on Instagram from prison. And then finally, it was only the other day that she spoke to the Birmingham Mail. His cousin had written a poem about the effect that his death had on her. And bear in mind, Ozell, rest in peace, was only 16 years old and they said it was a revenge stabbing. So I'm not sure if Ozell had anything to do with that or if it was a friend or somebody that he knows. I think I heard at the time they said it was somebody that he knew, but he may have been involved in it. I'm not sure. The year following, his cousin, Tawana Daly, who was 18, had written an emotional poem warning young people about the devastating effects of knife crime. She hoped the message would get through to kids who too easily pick up knives, potentially destroying their life. Tawana said she turned to poetry to express her feelings. "I was angry at first, but I felt I could write a poem to help the community and keep things going, tell people what I'm going through." She explained that she had nightmares following the murder of her cousin and the effect that it had. She lost her hair, etc, etc, and it is a devastating effect that this sort of thing has. So this is a really sad story. I'm definitely going to be covering this other case from one of the murders that happened in Smallheath last year too. I'll be covering that today or tomorrow. So make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. Follow us online on Instagram and Twitter, and also don't forget to turn on your bell for notifications. I really appreciate you joining me, and we'll be back soon with some more news. Thank you.
Did you ever think twice to how my family may feel as each one of us kneel and beg God to be healed? Did you ever think twice to watch you murders I've done, as the pain continuously spins round and round, where it makes me feel dark and dull? You youngsters are weak if you carry knives. What? Doing this will not make you get far in life. These youngsters claim they're bad, as you see little pouch bags wrapped across each lad with black balaclavas, thinking they're all it and bad. Oh, so you think you're a bad man now, but you're nothing but a negative monster now.